Good morning. It's Monday, September 5th, and that means two things. If you think quiet quitting is bad, one time a bunch of people loud quit so loud. They quit so loud that they had to give everybody a day off at the start of September to make up for it. And it's also time for the lighting industry news brief brought to you by Keystone Technologies, and we're going to tell little stories about Snake River High School and their gym lighting. It was boring, it was basic toggle switches, and it didn't do enough. And Keystone, with their smart loop tech, was able to customize the lighting with event scheduling, preset scenes. It's a dynamic space, it's a spirited space, and it's still well illuminated. You can check all that out, get the scoop on the smart loop at keystonetech.com or the link in the description. But let's just move on to the news, because LumiLEDs has had a wild week. They're owned by Apollo, of course, and they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on Monday. And since then, they've already started to clear their debts and secure new loans and refinance, and they're going to restructure. And the whole plan is to be out of this within 60 days. Wild week. Sonepar has bought Advanced Electrical, which would make them the third biggest electrical distributor in the United States. MaxLight is moving. They're setting their HQ to Montville, New Jersey. Sesco has bought Huco Controls. Rep partnerships will carry to the new subsidiary. China's reopening as industrial power generation can resume. Nicor is opening a East Coast support center. And there is a copper shortage coming with the push for clean energy that'll pinch supplies. So keep an eye out for that. Cree LED has a new website promising new and more user-friendly options. Universal Display has won the iMid Awards for their OLED and FOLED products. Thousand Bulbs has partnered yet again with an influencer. In this case, this is a DIY blogger, Instagram woman named April Wilkerson, and she's already renovated her workshop with new lighting. Southwire is moving to phase 2 of their diversity, equity, and inclusion plans. It's a website. The Sunshine Protection Act has stalled as it's stuck in the House. Probably won't see any action until after the midterms. Energy Focus shares are still low. 200-day floating average is at 119. ILP is offering an exterior lighting diploma in October in Warwickshire. Havertech is expanding their integrated circuit packaging tripling service from the LED packager. Satco Nubovo is the newest member of the NLB Trusted Warranty Club. Edison Price has been evicted by their landlords, locked out despite some negotiations prior to this. Lighting Defense has sued Shanghai Sansi over 4 patents related and how they are being sold online. Everlight has been convicted in the sold semiconductor trade secret trial. You might remember this from over in Korea. Everlight has been fined, and the 3 employees who did, in fact, steal trade secrets when they moved companies will see jail time for at least a couple of years. In rep agency upgrades, ProSense partners with Retrolux, and Signify and Current are basically swapping agents in New York. And we have a great recap of 63 recent partnerships. Again, you can check nail.org if you want to get all those details. It's under publications. Light Fair 2023, you can now reserve your space if you are an exhibitor. Universal Display will be at the following conferences: City Tech, Evercore Tech Media and Telecom, and OLED's World. On November 14th to 16th, you can attend the NAED Eastern Regional Conference in Tampa, Florida. Early bird registration has been extended for the IES Street and Area Conference, so the pre-order perks will kick around until the 9th. And Betsy Allen Manning will speak at the ALA Women in Lighting Conference. She's a motivational speaker type person. Iron Oak Homes has partnered with Oro. These are an Idaho area builder making smart controls a standard feature. SGH has completed a buyout of Stratus. The first of NFC programmable device has gotten its Zaga certification. This is from Tridonic, commissioning from your phone, assuming you're on a ladder, because it's near field. You got to stand right next to it. Ladders. Anyway, in recommended reading, all this on nailed.org. Can we start calling specifiers lighting designers? What the C-suite needs to know about lighting retrofits. Glaze's roundtable on the CEA. We have sunlight lighting in a kindergarten, and a case study related to that. What happens when lighting designers talk to interior designers, especially if there may be only specifiers? We have addressing security challenges in IoT, a guide to office lighting, Benya on dark skies mattering, the best practices for roadway lighting, that's a two-parter. We have the question of whether or not Kickstarter for IoT is done. We have dark skies over Kharkiv, some great photographs. We have Tim Brothers interviewed about a retrofit gone right. And we have lighting controls, one project, 3 ways a year later. And in market projections, we have 10% growth for IoT, 807 million for military lighting, 17% expansion for controls, 23% gains in the PoE space, 7 billion for Bluetooth 5 devices, 12% growth in smart homes, 1.5% gains in aluminum nitride, 4% expansion for LED work lights. We have 553 million planned for surgical lighting, 19% growth in circadian rhythm lighting, and Z-Wave product market will grow by about 12%. In research and development, dogs are more sensitive to LED flicker. Blue blocking lenses are benefit for the pregnant. We have a new UV filter based on krill shells that might add to shades on your windows and shades on your face. And you can make a zinc battery out of crab shells. Seafood this week, I guess, is on the menu this week. In dark sky news, let's go Brandon, Manitoba, because Spruce Woods Provincial Park in Manitoba, which is near Brandon, the town in Manitoba, has been named a dark sky park. Maui may be actually updating their lighting for the birds. The National Toxicology Program has named circadian disruption as a cancer risk. Total darkness around the clock, also bad for you. Coastal lighting is bad for local wildlife. We have a Capture the Dark photography contest put on by the IDA has named their winners. And the IDA of Utah has updated their dark sky places map. In horticultural news, AgTech Breakthrough has named their winners. The Internet of Growing and other high-tech agriculture tools and services were honored with prizes. In people news, Greg Royer is now the lead sustainability at CPL. MHT has picked Kim Johnson as CMO. Nathan Hegemeyer is now the VP Sales at DMF. Robin Martinez is now at the sales department of Furniture, Lighting, and Decor magazine. Siemens has appointed 2 to their sustainability board. We have new managers at Kickler, and Wesco has elected Sundaram Nagarajan to their board of directors. In local news, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania's Three Sisters Bridge is getting lighting. They're trying to be a dark sky town at the same time. I'm sure that'll work out. Lighting Emporium in Ringwood, New Jersey is set to close. The Montana governor has met electrical apprentices. In Kentucky, copper thieves have taken out 500 lights along the interstate. There's a bounty for that. Fort Worth, Texas will be paying $3 million for street lighting. Minneapolis, Minnesota will be spending $9 million on lighting upgrades. Holt, Michigan public schools have saved $3 million already after their upgrades. Wolf Island, Ontario, has a wind farm. That wind farm has no aviation lighting. That's a problem. Diesel-powered stadium lighting reduced crime in New York City. You might remember this story. 600,000 lumens and a diesel motor at night. I'm sure that's that prevents a lot of things, I bet. Hawaii Lighting Showroom complains about energy costs. We have Wilmington, North Carolina, starting their Bright Lights Peaceful Nights initiative. Puerto Rico is switching to LEDs on roadways. And the Canadian federal government has a new program to pay for skilled trades training. On the international desk, splitting that off, the EU is holding emergency energy talks. Belgium has announced their plans for energy shortages this winter, as has Switzerland. Hamburg, Germany shows off some brand new lit bicycle paths. And Dusseldorf still has gas lamps, and they're going to turn them off for a while. The continuing circumstances, you understand. And in things you can build, we have an RGB panel with screen share. We have an LED QR code clock. We have an LED magic eye tube and a lamp that replicates the Demon Core. which is, that uranium reactor. And once again, we've talked about this before, but I'm going to say it one more time. Don't put lights where the sun don't shine. It doesn't need it. Don't get health advice from TikTok. Until next time, have a great week. Enjoy the music. I've been Scott Walker. Thank you to Nailed. Thank you for listening.
Happiness is just a word to me. It might have been a thing or two if I know the difference. Emptiness, a lonely parody. My life a smoking gun, the sign of my indifference. Always keeping safe inside when no one ever had the chance to penetrate or break in. Let me tell you, some have tried, but I would slam the door so tight that they could never get in. Kept my cool under lock and key, and I never shed a tear and not a sign of my condition. Fear of love, a bit of vanity that kept me on the run, the main events at my confession. Kept the chain upon my door to shake the shame of Cain to a blind submission. The burning goes without a name, calling all the same, but I just would not listen. I'd crawl, the further I'd crawl, the harder I'd fall. I was crawling into the fire. The more that I saw, the further I'd fall, the further I'd fall, the lower I'd crawl. I kept falling into the fire. Hide, I told my existence. Everything left on the other side could never be much worse than this, but I could go the distance. I faced the door of all my shame, tearing off each piece of chain until they all were broken. No matter how I tried, the other side was locked up tight. The door would not open. Give it all I got. I started tonight, shouting for someone to open the lock. I just gotta break through the door. The harder I knock, the harder I got. The harder I get, the harder I knock. I just gotta break through the door. gotta knock a little harder. I 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 gotta knock a little harder. Gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. Break through the door. Hey, guys, gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. Gotta knock a little harder. To break through the door. I gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. Break through the door. I gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. Break through the door. I gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder. I gotta knock a little harder.
Thank you so much.